What many don't know is that stretching without targeted strengthening can cause long-term harm. Why stretching alone often isn't enough, and what actually helps, you'll find out now. Why is it so important to combine stretching with strengthening? If you only stretch, you risk becoming increasingly more flexible, but less stable, more lax, and less controlled, because the muscles in their new length can no longer build strength. And that's why the joints end up being improperly loaded. And that leads to pain, similar to what hypermobile people experience. Quick tip for you hypermobile folks. Do our exercises, but focus more on strengthening than on stretching, which you already have. Now we're moving on to the next step with exercises. And today the exercises will be even more challenging, yet also significantly more effective. We'll be using our tools today. If you don't have them yet, please grab a book, a belt, or a towel right now. And then we'll take the exercise further, intensifying it for an even greater level of effectiveness. We'll start with the calf. It helps to pre-stretch it by placing your forefoot higher than your heel to achieve an even more intense stretch in that muscle. This creates a slight pre-stretch angle, making the stretch more intense. We'll show that right away with our knee hero. Please step in with your right leg, with your right foot. The strap prevents slipping and can easily be adjusted to a steep angle. And the steeper the angle, you can even stack 2 books on top of each other, the better for the exercise. Ina, now move forward while maintaining your straight leg, shift your hip forward, and hold onto the chair if needed. Exactly. And then you'll notice. When you move your pelvis forward, you can already feel a slight tension starting to build up here in your calf, just from the weight pulling you downward. And now you gradually keep leaning even further forward, just as far as you possibly can, while the stretch still feels comfortably bearable to you. Still just comfortably bearable, keep your right leg fully straight, stay completely stretched. Now we just need to wait a little bit longer again for the effect to fully set in. And you see, you only need gravity. Pulling it down from up there, and you realize you just need to let gravity do its job and wait until the stretch keeps progressing further and further. And in the moment you notice it's decreasing, you gently move your pelvis forward until it increases again, so you can always find that exact spot where the intensity is just right, that you can just barely tolerate it, still within that zone of pleasurable discomfort. Take a deep breath in and out. And now the strength you need in this position feels completely different when you have such a steep pre-stretch angle. Now press your forefoot, Ina, as firmly as possible against the knee hero, and you at home too, press against the knee saver if you already have one, or otherwise against the book or books that you've placed there. Press firmly, then release, and then move forward a little bit again. The knee must stay straight. Press down firmly once again. Press down firmly. Release, and then go in a little further. And once more, press down firmly with the forefoot. You can really feel how everything tenses up down there, deep within the muscles. Release and move a little further in. Now step off the knee hero, place your right leg straight out in front of you, and pull your foot up high once more, really lifting it up as far as you can. Pull it up, and the more force you use, the better it gets. So pull harder. You're still pulling too little. Pull more even at home. Pull more, straighten your knee. Pull your foot, straighten your knee, pull your foot. You want to touch your shin with your toes. Come on, a little more, just a bit more. And relax again. This method creates a lot of positive effects. And now switch to the other side. Place your left foot gently down onto the knee hero. Fully straighten out your knee. And go ahead and engage a bit of tension first. Make sure all the weight is on your left leg. The right leg might provide a bit of stabilization, but there's still not much force being transferred through it. Let it hang down just a little more and gently touch the ground. Keep moving steadily forward. We need to wait a moment first. The knee must be fully straight. When the knee is actively straightened, the effect is greater. It needs to be completely straight. Now we gradually increase the strength again. Add it to the stretch so the muscle becomes truly strong in its lengthened position. Press as hard as you can with your forefoot against the knee hero. And you at home as well, depending on what's underneath your foot, push really hard against it, really, really hard. And release tension, then continue shifting your hips steadily forward. And once more, press down with full strength as hard as you possibly can. Keep pushing, push, push, push firmly and steadily. Loosen up and move a bit deeper into the stretch. And once more, press down firmly. Push as hard as you can, then release, ease in further, sink down, place your leg in front, and move into the active stretch. Straighten your knee, lift your foot up, pull your foot up as hard as you can, more, a little harder, a little more. Now the muscle groups on both sides of the joints communicate and optimally adjust the joint. The harder you pull, the more it activates and then gradually relaxes again. For the second exercise, specifically targeting the front of the thigh, you'll need a belt, a towel, or our stretching strap. We'll quickly demonstrate it with the belt. You take the belt like this, then reach back with your hand, ideally both hands, and then pull. All right? Using the stretching strap makes it a bit easier, but if you haven't got one yet, just go ahead and use something else. Grab onto it. Place your hand next to you and stop. Go back to the starting position, no matter what you're using right now. Get into the starting position, and the most important thing now is that your left groin presses as firmly as possible against the floor. So your hip shouldn't be bent at all. Only once that's set, start moving your fingers forward little by little. And slowly pull your foot closer toward your glutes. And now, pay close attention. You really mustn't compensate by lifting your hips or going into hip flexion, as otherwise the full effect will be completely lost. Keep pressing the groin down steadily throughout the movement and gently ease into the stretch. You'll feel the pull in the front of your thigh and in your knee. And now you increase it just like Ina. And wait each time until it eases a bit. Then go further into the stretch. Breathe deeply and stay relaxed, keeping within a pleasant, manageable stretch. Now hold the stretching strap firmly and try to straighten your leg. And to keep your hip from lifting, press your hip down even firmer into the floor at the same time. And relax and ease a little bit deeper into the stretch. And once more, press your groin down into the floor. Try to straighten your leg. Relax and go even deeper into the stretch, and a third time. And even if your leg is just here, doesn't matter at all. Every centimeter you stretch and then add strength into it, it'll feel better below the knee. Now just let go of the stretching strap, Ina. And actively pull your foot in. Gently draw your foot up toward your glutes. Press your groin down, foot toward your glutes, groin down. And slowly extend your leg out once more. Then repeat the same movement on the other side. Follow your knee, please. Okay. Hand. Move your thumb straight in there. And what's the first thing we do before pulling hard? We bring the groin down. Super important. The groin really has to go down first, and then you start pulling forward with the stretching strap. Very good. Keep moving further forward. Just holding back the pleasant discomfort. And you'll notice the inside is more flexible on one side than the other. Take note of that. Whether you also have differences between your right and left leg. Most times there is, it's not a big deal. And now, again, wanting to straighten the right knee. You want to stretch it? Yes, really stretch it. Relax, then pull it in a bit more. And again, keep the intensity of the stretch. Let it go loose, keep pulling it in. And a third time, you really want to stretch. Let it go loosely, then pull in tighter, And now the active stretch. Let go now and pull actively. Actively pull your foot down and draw your heel toward your buttocks. Very good. And now release and extend again. And now go ahead and stand up, move around a bit, take a few steps, and really notice the difference in how you feel. If you'd like to find out more about how you can effectively relieve your knee pain, in the next video, you'll learn how fascia really works and what really happens during a fascia roll massage. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.